Gas station story time. What's up, guys? Alright, so this is my very first YouTube video. We don't really know how this all goes. We just gonna have fun with it. But we gonna like practice how I've always watched YouTube. So before we start this, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications on videos. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Anyway, here we go. So we gonna do the time that I helped catch a member of ISIS working at a gas station in Oklahoma City. We're gonna go in full detail. If you're following my TikTok, you've already seen some of the video. This is it in full detail, not leaving any detail out. So here we go. Let's do it. So it's like 2013, Oklahoma City. I'm working graveyards across the street from an Air Force base. About 2:30 in the morning, this guy walks in, and I mean, he's got this really, really heavy Middle Eastern accent. He looks like he's from the Middle East. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. But it is what it is. I was also at the time engaged to somebody whose stepdad was from Iran. I know the culture. I know what they look like and sound like. He was from the Middle East. Anyway, so he comes in, you know, me just making conversation at a gas station. Like, oh, I'm like, what's going on, man? How you doing? You know, I'm good, this, that, the other, you know, in his real thick accent. So, of course, you know, I'm just like, hey, man, where are you from? You know, thinking maybe, you know, you might be from the same area. But anyway, I ask him where he's from. And he's like, here? Okay, well, I know that's a red flag, but whatever. I keep talking to him, and he gets to the counter, and I'm like, well, how long you been here, man? And he's like, my whole life, born and raised. Once again, I'm like, ain't no fucking way, born and raised your whole life, whatever. Don't care, not a big deal. He pays for his strawberry milk, his chocolate milk, and a Dr. Pepper with a card. And yes, it's important that I say this, because these are the questions the FBI asked me. Paid with a card. He then went over, and I will never forget, $65 worth of Oklahoma City road maps he purchased. $65. If you're originally born and raised in Oklahoma your entire life and you're a 45 to 50-year-old man, you shouldn't need $65 of Oklahoma City road maps to see yourself around Oklahoma City. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, so he purchased it with cash. He purchased the maps with cash. Everything else was the card. The maps he paid separately with cash. Once again, that was important. Anyway, he pays for him. I don't think nothing of it. He goes outside, gets in this old beat up, like, little bitty white, like, Oldsmobile type vehicles. Old as fuck and beat up and whatever. He's sitting out at a gas pump for hours, right? I mean, I glance up and see him out there here and there, but I don't think nothing of it. About 5:30, my gas delivery guy shows up, and I guess he'd been sitting there for a while, but he ends up walking in, and he's like, what the fuck's that guy doing? Well, look, I don't know. Well, I need to give you a gas delivery, and I'm not waiting all day, and he's on the thing. If he ain't gonna pump gas, calm down, man. Let me go tell him to move. It's not that big a deal. Calm down! So anyway, I go out there, and I walk up to the guy's car, and as I'm walking up, I realize, you know, you can kind of see, I'm walking up towards the back, you know, the back of his car. I can see the back is piled high with stuff. Like, it looks like this man is either moving or living in his car, or I don't know. But anyway, I get to the passenger window, and it's rolled up, but as, you know, I look in and kind of knock on his window, I can see he's sitting in the passenger or the driver's seat with the maps open and a flashlight, looking over the maps with a flashlight. He's been doing this since 2:30 in the morning. It's now 5:30. You know, 5:30 a.m. Okay. So I tell him, hey, leave. You know, he quickly, you know, I explained to him, I was like, hey, man, you got to leave, this, that, the other. He quickly is like, oh, yeah, I got you, man. No problem. Packs everything, leaves. Again, I thought it was weird. This is Oklahoma City. I'm working graveyards. I've seen a lot of weird shit. So I'm like, whatever. He left. No big deal. My boss gets there at about 6, and I just run down the whole night with her like I do every single night. I'm like, Shay, anything interesting happen? No, this really weird guy came in and bought a lot of maps, but other than that, no. Okay. I leave. No big deal. I get home. About 8:30, I get a phone call, get woke up. It's the FBI. And they're like, we need you to come up here to your store and talk to us. And I'm like, no, I'm sleeping. I just got home, just got to bed. I work tonight. You know. And, you know, then instantly they once again, this is such and such with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We need to talk to you. And I kind of woke up like, oh, fuck. What the fuck is going on? You know. I'm like, okay. And I'm jumping up to get ready to go back up there. At this point, they have not told me that I'm not in any trouble. They have not told me what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I'm assuming it has to do with that. But my thing is, I didn't really tell nobody. I didn't call nobody. And I'm freaking out thinking, this guy might really be with ISIS. I'm brown. They're going to think that I was in it with him. I talked to the dude. I didn't report it. I'm in fucking trouble. That's what I thought was going on. That's not what happened, but that's what I thought. So, the reason they knew, the reason they found out, was because they had already been searching around for a week or so, you know, asking every store, every business in the area, in the entire Del City, Midwest City area, anything weird happened. Well, that morning at about 7:30, 8 a.m., they stopped by my store. They asked my boss anything weird happened the past couple days. My boss just straight up says, no. Well, we had this one older lady, and of course, you know old ladies. She's freaking the fuck out in the back. She just starts running up. No! Remember he said, remember what he said before he went home? He said somebody came looking over maps, freaking the fuck out. Well, she said that, and the FBI was like, well, what? Maps? What? Somebody bought maps? Hold up! I need to talk to him. So my boss gives me my number. They call me, you know, they tell me to go back up there. So, I'm on my way up to my store, freaking out like I said the whole time. I walk in dead as like halfway asleep. My eyes are barely held up, and I'm so tired. I've only slept about an hour and a half. And you see these two women standing there. They stick out like a sore thumb. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, those still might be two of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. So if y'all seeing this, yeah. Anyway, not the point. They were like, you know, come talk to us. You know, you can come with us. I'm sitting there thinking, you know, 18 years old, I'm thinking, y'all really beautiful women. I want to come with y'all, but then again, I'm brown, and we're talking about ISIS, and y'all might stick in Guantanamo Bay, so I don't know if I want to come with y'all. Fuck! Anyway, so I walk out with them. We get in this SUV. The windows are so tinted in this SUV, guys, I can't see out of them. I cannot see 3 feet in front of me at all. Anyway, though, they start talking to me. They start driving. I can't see where we're going. I can't see anything. All I know is we drive around for approximately 25 to 30 minutes, and then we stop. They get out. They open my door. I get out. I'm in this little bitty, like, it looks like a one-car garage, but like a building type. I don't know. Little bitty fucking room. They tell me to follow them. We end up walking through 4 different fucking hallways. Like up, over, fucking up, and then back over this way. And then we come to these 2 doors, right? One on the left, one on the right. And they follow me. We go on the one on the left. I have no fucking clue what's on the right. We never went in there. One on the left. It's this big-ass fucking office, guys. Like, from the little bitty carport we started in, walking through a couple hallways, I don't know how we ended up at this office. I really don't. But we in an office. And all they end up telling me is, you know, they're like, all right, so we need you to go over your entire thing last night. Every single thing you can remember from last night. Don't leave out any detail. At this point, they still have not told me what it's over. They still have not told me I'm not in trouble. They have not told me anything. Again, I'm still assuming it's about that guy, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, I'm telling about my night. And then, of course, you know, we get to the guy, and I'm going into as much detail. Coronavirus! Going into as much detail as possible. And, you know, they start to really ask questions when I get to the guy. And I'm like, okay, that's what it's over. Clearly, this is what it's in. So I'm just giving as much detail as humanly possible to, you know, what he was wearing, to what he bought, to literally every step he took in my store, to every single word I asked him, to what he said to me, everything. I'm trying to clear myself, be like, am I in trouble? I tell them everything, and then they hand me some papers, and they're like, you need to, you know, we want you to write all that down. But just the situation about the guy at this point. They didn't want the rest of the night, just that. So I wrote it all down in a statement. Right about that point, they're like, all right, now, you know, when you sign this at the bottom, it's saying perjury of the law, if any of this is false, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I sign it, and I signed that motherfucker fast. Like, that pen was on fire, I signed it so fast. I'm like, I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm in trouble. Anyway, right about that point, you get a little knock on the door, right? There's a little, like, tap, tap. What the fuck? And then, you know, she gets on her fucking walking and says something or other, blah, 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 yeah, something. I don't know. Anyway, they start walking in. You got 2 security guards. Well, I'm assuming the FBI, but they weren't dressed like the other ones. Anyway, so they, like, walk in, these literally 10, like, look like ISIS members. I say that, and I know I'm sounding racist, but still, 10 people that were locked up in there for shit with ISIS. They're all handcuffed together and in shackles. They're in a line. Like, it reminded me of one of them police lineup lines was coming out. I already knew what was coming. I knew what the hell they were getting ready to do, especially because the third motherfucker to walk out, that was him. I was just staring him down. I didn't take my eyes off of him. I was like, can y'all please quickly fucking ask me? I know what you're going to ask. It's him. Like, come on. Anyway, they finally all get up, lined up, exactly where they need to be. And the woman's like, all right, so I want you to take a good look at all these. Do any of these people look familiar? That guy? Like, she didn't even get to finish her sentence. Huh? It's him. Him. Why, are you sure? 1,000,000% sure it can't be any of the rest of them. That guy. That guy right there. That's him. Once again, she's like, all right, you got to sign this. Same exact rules apply. Once again, sign that fucking pen. Cool. I was like, can I leave now? Am I good? No, that's all we needed. Cool. Sweet. Cool. So, put back in the SUV, take me back to my store. I get there. My boss asked me all kinds of questions. I'm like, listen, I ain't talking about it. Get back in my car, go home, go to sleep. Go back home, go to bed. I don't think nothing of it. That's it. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. It's the FBI. And they're like, so, we're going to need you to come testify in court now because we've now gotten, security cameras from your location and from the locations across. That guy has been found, and he was in one of them ISIS holding places with like 15 different ISIS members, and this and that. So, to actually get him charged, I'm the only witness that saw any, I guess, credible evidence, which is the maps, buying the maps, which I don't know how that went as evidence, but I was the witness, so now I have to go testify in court. Fucking A! Cool! Damn it! All they told me on the phone about it, though, they were like, look, until you do, though, until the situation is over, you cannot leave the state. You cannot leave the country. You cannot mention this to anyone until this situation is done. Do you understand? Yep. Got it. But they didn't tell me when. They didn't tell me court. They didn't tell me nothing. That's all they told me. Cool. I'm freaking out for like 4 straight months. And I still don't hear nothing. I'm Googling like crazy. You can't find shit on this info at the time. And I'm like, the fuck? Literally about a year after they called me on this, they called me back. And, the year reason, it actually makes sense. And I'm explaining it. So they called me and they're like, hey, when are you free to come talk to us? And I'm like, today, tomorrow, whenever. We schedule it for a couple days later. I go up to Tinker, get on to the Air Force Base, this and that, go back and talk to them. They're telling me, all right, hey, once again, we want you to go over your entire statement from that night. I was like, what the fuck? It was over a year ago at this point. All right, cool. Just like today, I can remember every fucking detail. I went over it once again in exact detail, the exact same way. Then afterwards, once again, they're like, all right, statement it up, write it down. Wrote it all down. They're like, once again, sign it, perjury of the law, yada, yada, yada. Sign that again. At this point, I wasn't freaking out as much because, I've already been doing this for a while. I've already forgot about it. But I signed it. Right there in front of me, they pull my old statement out from the year before, and they have the new one sitting in front of them. They lay them both down. They're both looking over them. They put them in this scanner. They scan them into this computer. It scans them on up. They have me digitally sign with a mouse on the computer. They have me do my fingerprints. And then they have me sign a testimony because my story was exact. Like, literally, I think it was 99.7% exactly the same once they entered it in the computer. Like, it'll tell you the percentages. And as long as it's above, I think they said 93.6%, that can go in as your testimony. You don't actually have to go to court. So, I didn't have to go to court. And I was like, thank God. Because then I was like, so, you going to change my name and send me to a different country? Because, this testimony alone is going to be enough to put this motherfucker in jail. And sure enough, 3 weeks later, my testimony in court was enough to get that one ISIS member locked up. And then, of course, you had testimonies from other people for the other 15 that was found at the housing. Ultimately, 13 of the 15 that were found there were charged with terrorism and were locked up. The other 2 were not charged. Don't ever know what fucking really happened with them. I just know the total was 15, and I know whenever the charges came out on the news, 13 of them were charged. But yeah, that's how I helped catch a member of ISIS one time. Like I said, guys, that's my story today. We're going to do a lot more gas station stories in detail, so y'all make sure y'all follow me if y'all enjoyed this one. Love y'all. Peace out. My first ever YouTube. Yeah. Let's see some comments and likes. Love y'all. And, subscribe and bell. Tazz out.